Hi folks, Chris Anderson with Mount Comfort RV. Today we're looking at a used Tiffin 2005 40 TSP triple slide Allegro bus. This is one of the nicest trade-ins, maybe the very nicest trade-in I've ever taken in. You just don't get coaches like this in very often. This coach has tons of customizations that were done by the previous owner. Sometimes that's a scary thing. In this case, the previous owner was a gentleman who builds $2 million to $12 million houses. He knows what he's doing with electronics, he knows what he's doing with woodwork, and he really, over the time that he owned this coach, this is a one-owner coach, by the way, during the time that he owned this coach, he really made modifications that make sense. He made it his own for sure, but I think anybody could move into this coach, and I will tell you, this coach is 100% ready to go right now. We basically need to put fuel in it and wash it, and that's about it. I'm going to go through just about every outside compartment out here because there's been little changes done to every one, but they make sense. I think you'll agree. Come with me. Obviously, we have two awnings. Those came from the factory like that. They are power awnings, metal wrap awnings up on the main one there. Things like keyless entry, side mount camera, backup camera, of course. Those are things that came from the factory, so we didn't add those. But let's get to some of the unique features in here. And some of these are going to be hard to see. We're going to do as well as we can. If we get the camera right back in this area here, you're going to see something you've never seen before in a motorhome. That is a residential style air compressor that has been mounted in the underbelly. It's completely enclosed in, so we didn't sacrifice all this storage. You can see the type of customization that was done here. If you weren't looking hard, you would not even see that back in there. The airlines are routed throughout the coach. There's actually a pull-out reel I'll show you on the other side, but he got tired of waiting. You can air up the airlines with the coach compressor that's built onto the engine, but it's slow. He didn't like waiting for that. He put his own residential air compressor in. Okay, step back here. Now we have a pull-out joey bed that did come from the factory, so you expect to see that, but what you don't expect to see, these little cubbies that are built in between. Normally you can't stack stuff outside of the joey bed because it'll roll around on you and you can't get stuff where you want it to be. In this case, by putting these little boxes and fully carpeted them, you can actually still use that storage space. He made it very usable space. Okay, I'm going to back up another one here. We have a pull-out freezer on a tray. And again, you can kind of get another little view of those storage boxes that are in between the freezer and the joey bed there. This can be a refrigerator or a freezer, either one. Just depends on what your needs are. And that is on a pull-out tray as well. Okay. Behind this door, this is a nice storage spot. I don't really see any modifications here. That's the back of your hydronic unit. Your hydronic unit supplies all of your heat and all of the hot water for this coach. It's nice because it's on demand, unlimited hot water. If you're not familiar with hydronic heating, please give me a call. I'll be glad to explain it to you. You can see there's no battery acid on these batteries. There's no cracked batteries. This coach is in excellent condition. We did nothing to this. We did not clean it. We did not touch it. Usually you get all kinds of corrosion on here. Not with this guy. He was too meticulous about it. He did add this little guy here, which I had never seen before. That's called an ample start. And what the ample start does, most coaches back in this day, and even still today, but back in 2005, coaches, when they're plugged in or when you're running on generator, they would charge the house batteries. They would not charge the engine batteries. That's a little gizmo that robs a little bit of that charging that's going to your house batteries and keeps your engine batteries topped off without overcooking them. Nice little feature. He even left a spare belt just in case. All right. Back here, again, more modifications. This came with a 2,000 watt inverter from the factory. Well, when we get inside, you're going to see he actually put his own residential refrigerator in it. So he upped it to the modern, same thing that comes in my $500,000 coaches today. This is the Magnum 2800 watt inverter, and this runs all the outlets in the house. Basically, this inverter will run everything but the air conditioners. Normally an inverter comes with just one leg of the 30 amp service run through it. He ran both legs through here, which is how they do it again on a $500,000 coach today, unheard of in 2005. So as not to sacrifice the space, he put a little cubbies in here that you can still use the storage space. Here's a little sub breaker box he put in for that second leg of power that goes through there. And to keep it all nice and cool, he put a vent back here and a fan up here that actually keeps this compartment nice and cool anytime that the coach is in use. We have a power cord reel. On top of the power cord reel, he put another storage box, so we're not losing this storage. Even the coax cable where you would hook up to park cable at is on a little cord reel. And then there's a Progressive Industries surge protector in this coach. That's the top of the line surge protector. So if your power is a little too low or a little too high at the campground, the coach is protected from that. Those are kind of expensive to add on. Sometimes people put them in line. This is wired into the coach. The water compartment, we put a power hose reel in it, first and foremost, and then he put in this water manifold system, which is basically a handy way that you can back flush your tanks just by turning a couple of valves. You can flush out your tanks, particularly your black water tank, just with turning a couple of valves. You don't have to move the hose, you don't have to change your setup at all. So it makes it easy. All right, now we got to get down low. We put another little joey bed in here, and if you look back in there, you see something that you never ever see on a diesel coach. It has a spare tire built back in there. He did not sacrifice any real usable storage to put it in there, but he squeezed it in. As he told me, you know, if you're on the road and you have a flat tire, you can always find somebody to change it, but you can't always find a tire that you need, the specific size. There's a nice tire right there ready to go. Now this compartment, we see the other half of that pass-through joey bed, but look right here. Here's that air compressor we talked about. This is on a pull-out cord reel. Again, we didn't lose any storage space doing this. We just gained a cord reel. How awesome is that? Propane tanks up front. We have dual fuel fill. You can fill from either side on this coach. We have Michelin tires that are in excellent shape. Aluminum rims. Again, this coach needs nothing. It's ready to go. Let's go inside, and I think you'll be just as impressed with the modifications that have gone on there. Hi folks, Chris Anderson again from Mount Comfort RV. We're in the 2005 Tiffin Allegro bus 40 TSP. I've just shown you all the modifications on the outside, and we have not even scratched the surface on the inside. All of these modifications, the woodwork matches perfectly. You would never know, unless you knew what it was supposed to be originally, you would never know that it didn't come from the factory this way. So I'm going to try to point some of them out, but I assure you I cannot hit them all in this video. We have to keep them under 15 minutes total, and it's just not going to happen. But we'll do what we can. We're on a Freightliner chassis, and up here in the driver's compartment, we've got tire pressure monitoring that's been added to the coach, and he told me that not only does the coach, but you can also set that up to monitor your toad going down the road. And if you think about it, your toad might be the more important tire pressure to monitor, just because you would know if you had a tire problem, a severe tire problem on the coach. If you blew a tire on the coach, you'd know it. Behind a 40-foot diesel pusher, you might not know if the tire blew on your toad. So that'll keep an eye on both. Look at the compartments built over here, the little cubby holes for pencil and pen and maps and whatever you want. This is done in the exact same oak finish that the rest of the coach is done in. Got a little spot for our sunglasses, got a little cup holder we've mounted over here. That's awesome. Got a CB radio down there. By the way, this coach has 61,000 miles on it, so it's a very low mileage coach for 2005. We're in good shape there. Look at this center console. Now this is not factory. All these additions to it. Again, little cubbies for pen and pencil and pad of paper. When this came out of the factory, this would have had the CRT type TV, the old school TV, if you will. Well, this is a LCD flat panel Samsung TV with the sound bar added, and look at the woodwork. You can't tell that this was added after this. It all matches, and that's just not normal with customer modifications. That is a very rare thing. Over here, we'll try to get this in the shot as well. In the passenger seat, you've got just as many little cubbies and map holders and little compartments. And like I said, they customized it for them, but all the customizations make sense for what they were doing. These doors, if you look at this cabinet, shut this down, they used to open like this, now they open like this. Well, he liked to keep that open so he could keep an eye on his monitoring system with the inverter and everything. These are your inverter controls and your hydro hot controls. Okay, we're gonna go right here. This originally was a sofa, okay? They decided a recliner setup would work a little better for them, and kind of a desk, a laptop computer, and actually what they had was 2 laptop computers that sat in there when they're ready to charge. There's a charging back here, there's power back there, they put the little lamp in. We've got file cabinet, look at all, there's all your books and everything for the coach. All these drawers in here, again, this is his work, but it perfectly matches the rest of the woodwork. Going up top, these have little dividers that are just kind of pressed in there, but they got tired of canned goods and everything rolling back and forth. This keeps things where they're supposed to be. If you don't like them, take them out, because they're just pressed in there, but you could certainly lay them down and move them to where you want them, get rid of them all together. And this whole bank of cabinets has that type of divider in it. And it was funny because that's such a simple modification, but I will tell you that was one of the little things that they were most proud of that they had done, because when they get there, the canned goods are still where the canned goods should be, and everything hasn't rolled around. So you have that throughout the coach. This table is cantilevered back into the credenza section there, but he added the spun leg on it, just thought it gave it a little bit more support, and it certainly looks good. Okay, back to we're going to reverse here a little bit. Now we have a sofa that does turn into a bed, obviously. Look at our little cubbies here. Okay, those didn't come from Tiffin. Great storage here. Try to get out of the way. There's the keyboard for the computer. And again, these are divided so that your stuff is going to stay where you put it. Great Corian countertop throughout. You know, you never have enough outlets, so they brought one up. Made it very easy. This is a dishwasher here. Okay. We have a convection microwave oven, 30-inch convection microwave. Now you come back to the middle and you have my favorite modification. And when he was telling me about this coach over the telephone, I said, wait a minute, you did what? This came with like a 4-door Norcold or Dometic refrigerator in it from the factory. This is a residential General Electric refrigerator. Now, that's impressive to get this in here and trim it all out so it looks normal, but think about getting it in. It actually had to come in through a window they pulled out to get this into the coach, because it will not go through the door. That's a very difficult job to do, but it just goes to show you there's kind of no limitations to the type of modifications that can be made if you know what you're doing. These little cubbies right here, they did not come from the factory. These are made to hold the Corian sink covers and the Corian stove covers. When you're using the coach, they can stay there going down the road, or when you get there, if you don't want the covers on, you just slide them right in here. They have their own little cubbies. Over here, you never have enough power outlets in the bathroom either. They changed that from 1 outlet to 2. Try to get a shot of the shower here. It's got the bigger shower tub that a lot of the Tiffin people really love. I think they discontinued this shower and the Tiffin people are still upset about it. Let you get a shot of the bathroom because there's all sorts of other cubbies in here as well. Look at the way that window's boxed in. Look at the storage above the window. We have a queen size bed. Lights all around it. As you can see, the windows on the side actually do open up as well to allow for ventilation. And then we're gonna have the camera. It's gonna be a little difficult to get some of these shots, but we'll do the best we can. This is all pre-wired for a television, of course, up here. They didn't really watch TV in the bedroom, so they took the television out and used it for storage. If you wanted a TV in here, that would take us all of about an hour or two to add a TV for you. That would not be a big deal at all. And then over here in the corner, what we have is we have the washer-dryer unit. It's a combo washer-dryer unit. This has louvered doors, and they're here with the coach. I believe they're under the bed, if I'm not mistaken, and they can be put back on if you wanted to. But what they found was, with the way this door opens, having the louvered doors on there, they just kind of got in the way. So they decided actually it'd be better to put a nice little cubby hole above it and do away with the doors. If you want the doors back on, we can probably make that happen for you. And again, I've barely scratched the surface on the modifications on this coach. Folks, if you're looking for a great deal on a diesel pusher, I cannot adequately tell you what condition this coach is in and the goodies that are added on it or how ready to go this coach is. Please ask for me, give me a call if you have more questions, stop by. My name is Chris Anderson. I'm with Mount Comfort RV. Thank you for your time.